So James, we've been talking about this for quite a while.
Dude, for a minute, right?
Yeah. So we're with Universal Retirement and Next Level Mindset.
Next Level Mindset. We're an empowerment company that's partnered with
Universal Retirement. We work a lot together and help people accomplish their goals and dreams. Really, is what we do.
Yeah, it seems like in my realm. I don't know if you come across it, Todd, but people are never ready to retire. Like they seem like it's almost like having a baby. I ain't ready to have a baby yet, right? I got to finish school and all this stuff. So you know,
I thought you meant once they're pregnant, they're never ready. Most pregnant women are ready.
Sometimes I look like I'm ready to have a baby, but anyway. But no. So I guess we can talk. I mean, we've talked about this. I think we should just kind of be simple. And questions I get are like when is the right time to focus on retirement?
Yeah, always. That's one of the first things. The biggest thing that I see with people is later in years when the people that are ready financially to retire are people that planned early. That's probably the biggest factor, or the biggest thing that makes a difference is whether you started saving at an early age or whether you waited. I deal with a lot of seniors, people that are close to retirement or in retirement, and some of them, they just assume it's going to happen. I deal with one lady who barely has $8 a month to spare in her budget. I deal with other people that own 3 or 4 homes and they vacation all the time, but they planned and they prepared early compared to those that just assume it's going to happen. That's probably the biggest factor, the biggest issue that I see. People really have to take action and do something.
Yeah. And I get questions like I talk to younger kids in college, and they tell me like they want benefits, but it seems like jobs really don't have like a 401k really that usually. I remember back in the day, when my mother retired with like a 75-80% pension, and she has all this stuff and so forth. But now it seems like 401ks and matches are kind of far in between. So I guess my question is if I was a 20, 25, 30, it doesn't matter what age I am, do I have to wait for that? Or what are my steps to be able to do it? And why should I start now versus when I can get this cool 401k match or whatever's out there?
Yeah. 401k matches are good. A lot of companies offer 401ks. Not all of them do. Mm-hmm. Some, even the employees have to take action. They have to sign up for it. I know several people who have never just signed up for it. They have to take the action. If the company that you're working for is going to match your 401k, it's always good to take advantage of that match. Some companies, it's automatic. As soon as you start it, you're going to be signed up. But outside of that, there are other options that they can do. But like when you motivate people and you're in front of crowds and you're trying to motivate them, do you talk about taking action?
That's the first step, the grind, the hustle.
Yeah, everybody can dream, and
right.
I've got the dreams of getting in shape. But if you don't go to the gym, if you don't work out, it's not going to happen. Right?
I need to work on that dream, guys. Like that's I'm not talking about right now. So. No, I understand. Okay, I understand where you're coming from. So it's just taking one step in front. So I don't have to have this magic number, because I get people like they go, okay, I need to be able to put a lot away. Is it okay to start with $50 or $100 a month?
Absolutely, it makes a big difference. Now, in fact, I always tell people if you pay yourself first, even if it's $10 or $25 or $50 a paycheck, if you're paying yourself first, you start saving, it's going to make a big difference later on. Because it's easier, once you get in that habit of, even if it's $25 a paycheck, then it's going to be easier to go up to $30 and $40 a paycheck. And over time, it's just like exercising a muscle, it's going to become easier as it becomes a habit.
I'm assuming after you start with 25, I guess it's easier to get to 30 or 40 versus from 0 to 30 or 40.
Right.
So if I was 25, 30 years old, what's the benefits of me starting with $50 now versus 35 when I could put away $200 and my kids are in kindergarten or whatever it may be?
Yeah. You probably want me to talk about compound interest, because I know we were talking about that earlier. If you can start saving early, now your money can actually work for you. You're not waiting. The longer you wait, the biggest factor is time and interest. And if you can make your money work for you, yeah, I think most people understand interest, that your money can actually earn interest, but it's that the interest that your interest makes is really power. I think it was Einstein said that the eighth wonder of the world was compound interest. That it's getting your money to work for you, and the biggest factor for that is time.
Okay, so next person I talk to, how do I? Because these people listening right now, I mean, real talk. I mean, I know if you've gotten this far into it, how do I get started? Like, what do I do? What are my steps? How do I get in the right direction, even if I only have $15, $25?
Yeah, the best thing is to create a plan with everything. Write down a plan, and if you don't know how to do that, reach out to either one of us, and we can help you set up that plan. Where, just like any goal you're going to make, you want to put it on paper. You want to create a plan, and then you want to start saying, hey, if it's $10 or if it's $50 or $1,000 that you want to save each month, decide where you're going to put it. At first, I've even told people, hey, get a fireproof box and stick it under your bed to put $20 a paycheck in there. Or if you're more advanced past that point, put $500 or $1,000 away into an account. And of course, then there's different accounts that are going to work better for you. But it's first, write down the goals, what you want to accomplish. One of the things that I really think that everybody needs to do, if you don't know where you're going to go, you don't know how to get there. And I see that happen a lot. Everybody knows that they need to save, but they're actually not doing it. They know that they need to prepare for retirement, but that'll come later on. Retirement's 20, 30 years away. Well, it doesn't, it happens quick. I mean, I know you go on vacations. Do you ever just get in the car and drive, or do you have an idea where you're going?
I know where I'm going. If my wife's watching, she knows I don't do vacations. So Todd, I'm sorry, but I understand where you're coming from right now.
Let's say a trip, not a vacation. Okay, yeah, it's a trip.
But yes, no, yeah, you're right. I pop it in the GPS, and I kind of know where I'm going at first, but then after that, kind of.
But have you ever shown up at the airport and just said, hey, what plane can I jump on?
Oh, right. Okay, I get where you're coming from. I need to know the gate. You
need to know, hey, I'm going to San Francisco, so I need to go, on this airline at this gate. That airplane's taking me to San Francisco.
Gotcha.
Well, if you don't know you're going to go to San Francisco, you can walk around the airport for weeks. In fact, it was that Tom Hanks movie where he got stuck in the airport for months.
What was that movie?
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
But same thing. You've got to first know where you're going or where you want to go. But I think like everybody, let's say you're taking a road trip and you jump in the car and you take off. You've got the highway, you've got your GPS, but now let's say there's road construction and that road's closed down. Well, you got to take a detour.
Gotcha.
Every now and then you might get discouraged and turn around and go home, but most of the time you're going to find another route to get to your destination. And that's really what planning for retirement is all about. Is you learning how to overcome those detours, the roadblocks, to still get to your goal. And that's what we help people do.
Okay. So I need to hear it from your mouth, because some of y'all don't believe me when I do say this, okay? Getting started is very important. We agreed on that. Getting started ASAP yesterday.
Taking action.
Right. But can we clarify, and I'm going to ask the same question that's always asked to me. If I start with $25, Todd, is it okay for me to only stay at $25 for the rest of my life? Will I be able to achieve my goals?
It depends on what your goals are. Put it that way. So the easy answer, it could be, if your goals are only to have a couple $1,000s saved up, yeah, you could get there at $25. But most of the time, if you really want to achieve some financial security, you're going to have to increase that contribution. I sat down with a lady once at her kitchen table. She had worked for the same company, same job since high school. Right out of high school, she started the job. She contributed to her 401k religiously for about 35 years. She finally said, okay, I can retire at, it was about 55. And when I did the math for her and said, hey, you've only saved this much money, based on how much you're spending, you're going to be out of money in 7 years. She literally started crying at her kitchen table. I felt horrible. But she had never created that plan, never did the math to see, how much money she was really going to need. Well, when she was about 2 years away from when she thought she could retire, I had to break the bad news that you can't afford to unless you want to live in a cardboard box. But that wasn't her goal. So now, where she thought she could retire in 2 years and drift away and and live the life of luxury, I had to break the news to her that, sorry, you got to work for another 10 or 15 years.
She didn't have enough.
She didn't have enough because she never sat down and created that plan and then did the math and kind of built the roadmap of, hey, I need to increase my contributions. It was sad. It is sad when people don't make that right plan.
So simplest way to increase your pay, increase your contributions is a little bit each year, probably pay raises.
Yeah, every time you get a pay raise,
those kind of things. Adding in during your income tax refund time.
Right.
Those kind of things.
Yep,
So pay yourself first is the analogy we always hear.
Absolutely. Tony Robbins tells a story about a high school custodian that when he started working, he put away 20% of his income. Okay. He paid himself first. He never made more than like $33,000 a year, but because he paid himself first throughout his whole career, he had millions of dollars in the bank.
Shut up! Wow.
Yeah, so it really is. It's not how much you make; it's how much you save, and how much you spend. But the first step is making that roadmap.
Okay. So if I don't typical American doesn't know how to save. They just put a little bit away because they're told to, right? That's what I was trying to do, save. So I'm scared to start, Todd. Like a few of these people are scared to, don't even know where to start. Like,
right.
So how do I get a hold of someone? Who do I contact? Shoot, how do I get a hold of you? Like, what do I do?
Yeah, reach out to me. We're gonna post this out there in several different places, but
okay.
You can always reach out to Universal Retirement. Contact me at Todd@uniret.com. Go to uniret.com. Reach out to you.
Coaching part. You want the investment stuff. He knows it, okay?
That's right. You want the motivation, right?
I'll motivate you to get you going, then I'll pass you on, right?
And we'll show you where to put your money.
So they'll probably be in the link below and in the back. Okay, cool. Yeah. And that is something that we're not going to get some crazy like automated system and so forth. That's straight to you, okay?
Nope, yeah. Basically, it's on the phone with me. Regardless of where you are, if you're here locally, we'll meet face to face. I've got clients all over the country, so by phone, by Skype, go-to meetings. I mean, it doesn't matter where you are.
Okay, cool. Quick question then. I know we got to wrap this up because we've been here too long, but what is it? 65% of the world or 50% of the world are entrepreneurs? I don't know the number. I know it's up there now.
Yeah.
What if I have a small company that I want to be able to teach my people how to do this? Is that something you can do? Is that something you can teach?
Okay,
absolutely.
Cool. In fact, I think we can do that together. Go in and motivate your employees to
there you go.
Take action and save.
You need JB there or Todd. You're good to go, right? But no, reach out to us. That's something he can reach out and set that up. I think that'd be important. I think a lot of the things I see with small business owners, the first thing they get from their employees is, can I get a pay raise? Right. And it's because they're struggling for money and you feel bad and it puts you in a tight situation, especially with all the things that happen with just tightening down on shrink, payroll, and just economy just changes, inflation, right? So that's something we can teach the world because
right now with unemployment numbers are the lowest they've been in 30 years, whatever the numbers are, really low unemployment. I met with a business week before last. They are interested in setting up a company retirement plan because they're seeing so many employees walking across the street and making $1 an hour more working for their competitor. So they want to implement a retirement plan so they have benefits that will motivate employees to stay put at the business. And so that's the type of thing we do as well.
Sweet. Okay, cool. Well, I think we should wrap it up.
Great.
So next time.
Yeah, next week.
If you guys have any ideas or thoughts after this is posted, which obviously you won't see it until it's posted, right? So, hey, don't be afraid to DM the emails, the websites, whatever it may be. If you have a question that you think it'd be a viable topic, reach out to us. We think it's important. We want to be able to impact everybody one person at a time.
That's right. Put it in the comments. We'll answer your questions. Again, James with Next Level Mindset and Todd with Universal Retirement. And hopefully we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Till next time.